Hello and welcome to yet again another episode of the DarkMatch, where we discuss all the trials and tribulations that plague the wrestling world. This is the WWE Raw and SmackDown recap for the week ending December 17th, 2011. I am but one of four humble hosts. Ironbite Dash with me is...
the fat one himself, Subrick.
I'm Christopher Says DarkMatch is Mastodon Monotone.
And I am No Leaf Clover. And we're going to delve back into the vault of my horrible Ultimate Warrior impression and go to what is Ultimate Warrior tweeting now. Cold and dark, 16 degrees in my chin. 10 sets of full squats to do on the rack. Oh, how I love it when I fucking hate it. Too hard, always.
Yeah, you're right. That is an awful Ultimate Warrior impression.
Yeah.
I just want to know, was that a rejected
That
line?
was I think that was actually Ultimate Warrior when he's half drunk.
Or he's just giving out a submission at Dark Horse Comics or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I saw a lot of double speak in that. Double think.
Raw.
So yeah, today we are doing Raw and SmackDown and talking slightly about Tribute to the Troops. I don't think anybody here actually
Are we
watched.
really?
Sort of. We're just going to mention it somewhere in the middle of the show for no reason. We're like TNA. We do that.
Okay, we're going to get it out of the way now. Tribute to the Troops.
No!
Happened.
Yes.
It
Tribute to the
happened.
Troops happened. It was a feel-good show. Yay.
Yeah, things happened on Tribute to the Troops that, you got to see Eve Torres being hugged by Big Show.
Bash Chicka Wow Wow.
Yeah, Bow Chicka Wow Wow.
Right now we have everyone's favorite, maybe, show of the year. It's the Slammy Awards. Yay!
Wait, we're gonna talk about that fucking show?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we have to.
Damn it.
Things
It's
happen.
3 hours of somewhat torture.
And I miss SmackDown.
You sad, sad soul. To begin the show...
It could have been a lot worse.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's not as bad as 2009.
Yeah, I'll admit that there was a good moment or two, like CM Punk's entire presentation.
Hold on. We'll wait.
We'll get to.
The show. Wait.
The rest
When we get into the show, we will discuss. Firstly, though, Booker T and Hornswoggle, who has an afro, comes
He
out.
can talk.
Yeah, and he can talk now, and he talks like a black dude.
Because why not?
Yeah.
Talks like a black dude? What does a black dude talk like?
No, he's
like
the
you,
super
sir?
stereotypical version of a black person. Like he sounds like he's trying to talk in jive.
Yeah, this was for Booker T and Hornswoggle are presenting the first Slammy, which is Tell Me I Didn't Just See That Moment of the Year.
Hasn't Hornswoggle worn the afro before?
Yes, he has.
Oh yeah, in WrestleMania, that's when it was.
Oh.
That stupid segment. So yeah, the nominees.
I don't remember him.
Me neither.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the winner is...
though.
JR and his dancing.
Yes, the greatest announcer of all time is being given an award, a fake award, for shitty dancing and shaking that ass.
I think I just throw up in my mouth a little bit.
Yeah, during the acceptance speech, JR says, I never thought I would win an award for getting jiggy with it. And you can obviously tell when he's saying those words that he's never, ever, ever even thought of the words "get jiggy with it" before.
Well, maybe once when it was around in like what was it, 98, 99, and that's pretty much.
You're thinking even earlier, 93, 94.
No, the Will Smith song was around like 98, 99.
Yeah, when did Will Smith have a recording career? It was
Fucking
about that.
pretty early.
But yes, during this whole thing, who would interrupt but Michael fucking Cole?
See, this is the point.
Watch this No Leaf blue screens during the show, ladies and germs.
This is the point at which I start to tune out of the fucking Slammy Awards. Because I actually tried to watch the fucking St. Louis Rams versus Seattle Seahawks game. That's how bad I don't want to listen to Michael Cole.
Especially about Michael Cole bitching.
Yeah,
well, he's
about
about
half hour.
He does that the entire show. He mentions in the second hour about this stupid fucking segment.
And you know what? What I've said on the forums, and what everybody has said about Michael Cole still stands. It's the fact that he's not announcing the show. He's not calling the show. He's just getting himself over. And it's really fucking annoying.
I think the biggest bit of irony about this whole thing is I think either yesterday or earlier today, JR had tweeted. Well, it was either he tweeted or he said in his blog. Someone had asked him what a wrestling announcer should do, and he said, first and foremost, put the people in the ring over. And Michael Cole doesn't fucking do that.
No. He can't do that.
He's kind of made a career of not doing that.
Yeah, and it's like, it's one thing just to have like a 5-minute, maybe 10-minute segment where he acts like a douchebag and is proven as such. It goes on for what, like half hour or something?
No, it goes on for 2 shows. It's 2 shows of Michael Cole acting like this is that. No,
I'm just talking about the segment tonight.
The segment itself was probably 25, 30 minutes, but he mentions this multiple times throughout the rest of the show. There's no point.
Basically what happens is Cole challenges JR for his Slammy in another dance-off.
No, it was a wrap-off.
Oh, yeah, a wrap-off.
And Michael Cole didn't even do it. Booker T said that Michael Cole's just jealous. So JR challenged Cole Booker challenged Cole for JR.
To a wrap-off, that's right.
To a wrap-off. And neither of them know how to rap at all. They make fucking modern rappers look good.
This opened this show. This opened the fucking Slammy Awards. A 3-hour Raw, mind you.
This is how you get both longtime fans and potential newcomers. This is how you turn them onto your show.
Yeah. We're gonna fucking have 2 old, crusty-ass white dudes fake rap for, 10 minutes at the beginning of the show? I mean,
one of them
they didn't
getting
rap
older, the other's middle-aged. To be fair, but still, it's not the right effect.
To be fair, both of them were terrible, but JR at least got the fan vote, so he kept his Slammy vote.
Well, it's true. He pretty much just said, I don't give a shit.
Michael Cole, you're a damn fool. Jerry Lawler beat you like a government mule. Something, something, something. And then, you can kiss my ass. How do you like that?
Yeah, that's basically it. And
even Michael Cole's they sort of break character in this. Like, Michael Cole's like, it's supposed to rhyme. And then JR asks him, it's supposed to rhyme? Cole's like, yeah. And then JR starts over.
Yeah, it's almost like watching Sabu botch a move and then get up and do it again.
Yeah.
It's like, I understand all the times he just botches a move because he's fucking crazy. But it's another thing where it's like, oh, gotta do that again.
But what follows is possibly the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life. The J.R. Rooney. Greater than the Spinner Rooney. Greater than the Horn Rooney. Greater even than the Kane Rooney. Well, the J.R. Rooney.
It was as you'd expect. JR falls to the ground and he starts sort of flailing around.
Yeah,
I don't think
it was painful.
Tried. I think he was like, you know what? Fuck this noise. Every goddamn time I come back here, I have to deal with this shit.
Well, guys, we go to backstage, and we've got Mick Foley walking.
Yay.
He's up next to present the next Slammy.
The award for the holy insert various keyboard symbols here move of the year.
With Ted DiBiase Sr.
Yes, Ted DiBiase, who steals the cheap pop straight from Mick Foley's mouth.
Yes.
However,
That was
Mick Foley
kind of
also
funny.
steals the $1 million man catchphrase from Ted DiBiase. So there's like, you know, a little play going on there.
And the winners of it were Mark Henry and Big Show for destroying the ring that never happened before and only happened at Vengeance 2011.
Yeah,
You're talking
that spot has never happened ever before. It was truly a one of a kind.
When Brock Lesnar is the exact same thing.
Yeah, and they're going to protect it more than they do Chris Benoit's memory.
Well, Big Show comes down. He accepts the award, and he goes down to the ring. And you know what? I'm going to destroy my next opponent. And who should come out?
The Barrett Barrage.
Yes, the Barrett Barrage commences tonight against you, Big Show.
They go on to have a match that I saw around March this year, when Wade Barrett didn't mean shit and he wasn't getting a push.
Yeah.
Yet.
When he jobbed to Big Show in 30 seconds at WrestleMania.
Well, except when he did it then the chair shot wasn't recognized and Barrett just was taken down.
Yeah. This match happens, folks.
Yeah.
It's like when you discount the commercial break that happened and the amount of TV time this match had, it was probably a little over a minute.
It had about as much TV time as a Divas match with entrances and for both Divas and
a promo from one of them.
Yes, and a promo from one of them.
It probably had the same amount of time as as the week before when Pinup Strong came out. I hate that fucking name, by the way. When the Divas of Doom came out and they had their little vignette that got interrupted by the Chris Jericho promo.
Spoilers!
Yeah, see, I thought Pinup Strong was the move that they had.
It's a dumb name. The Divas of Doom is so much better. It's like the Altitude Era and Air Boom.
Yeah, the Altitude Era was...
They are not good at coming up with names anymore.
Well, actually, they let...
It's High Flying Frenzy, goddammit.
Shut up. I'm not even going to steal your catchphrase.
They let the WWE Twitter followers pick that name. So the people that pick that name are the stupid ones.
And yes, of course, Vince changes everything in the last. But now we're going to talk about something good right after this Big Show Wade Barrett kind of match.
Actually, no. Before we go on, because I actually did enjoy this match because it showed just how tough Big Show really is and how weak Wade Barrett is.
Oh, Big Show's tough? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, what happens is that Wade Barrett brings a chair into the ring, and he doesn't actually use it on Big Show. Big Show punches the chair out of Wade's hands. Wade runs out of the ring, and the ref calls for the bell. Winner by DQ, the Big Show, even though Wade didn't actually use the chair.
Well, according to the results I'm reading, and by the way, this match was so brief, it really didn't impress anything on my memory. Wade did connect with the chair, and Big Show basically punched it out of his hands, and then threw Wade Barrett out of the ring. Yeah, the Barrett Barrage really continues tonight. God, I hate that fucking phrase, Barrett Barrage. We all know
what exactly is a Barrett Barrage anyway.
It's Wade Barrett going on an undefeated streak
with adamantium claws.
That too.
But yeah.
Anyways, guys.
Next up, we have.
Let's talk about something fun.
Of the year. Everybody. It's the ROAD DOGG.
Oh,
right.
You didn't know?
You didn't know? What
better call somebody.
Yeah.
It's him. It's me. It's that DOGG.
Of all the people to dig up, of all the people to go, hey, we need you to present something, Road Dogg?
Hey, fuck you. Road Dogg is awesome.
yes, he's awesome, but I wasn't even aware he was on the WWE's radar still.
Dude was and still is over as fuck. I mean, it was a better idea to bring him in than to bring Brian Christopher in for a serious angle and have him dance on the ramp.
Well, don't forget they also brought Bull Buchanan in.
Yeah, and that too. Well, that actually was supposed to be funny, and of course, like the whole thing was overworked with him, like pissing on John
Cena. You ruined my life.
No,
by the way, after I got fired, I got rabies. Therefore, it ended my wrestling career. Therefore, you ended my wrestling career, Cena. You suck.
But for a postscript, before we get into the whole Road Dogg appearance, his Twitter name is now WWE Road Dogg.
But he's probably going to be an agent.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. I think that has been confirmed.
Yeah, he's a producer backstage now.
Help people with problems. Work with John Morrison while he's recovering.
Good for
I really hope it does. But so this is for Pipe Bomb Moment of the Year, and do we have to say who wins it? Yes, we do.
No.
It's Punk.
Yeah.
He comes out with carrying a exact replica, right down to the genitalia, of John Laurinaitis.
Yes.
Yes. And also, don't forget, he's the exact replica of John Laurinaitis is wearing a Dynamic Dudes T-shirt.
Oh,
where did they find one of those? That's what I want to know.
And a rad blonde mullet.
Yeah. And then they show the best video package of the year.
Yeah.
It is a collection of Johnny Ace clips from WCW and Japan and other assorted WWE events that just show him to be an absolute buffoon. They show the WXO promo.
Yes!
If you don't like it, get it. If you don't get it, figure it out.
Well, I'm not sure what Johnny Ace was talking about there. That's
that clip. And of course, in true late 80s, early 90s pastel neon, it's set to You Got a Touch by Stan Bush.
Yes, the song from the Transformers movie.
The greatest song to celebrate a truck running down other giant robots with.
And something that definitely looks like it was made by Punk if he had some video editing skills.
At the very end of it, it says it's John Laurinaitis Lifetime Achievement Award, and it has a bunch of cheesy neon graphics that are like totally and radical, gnarly. It's like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles made this video.
It was great.
So and here's the one sad part though. When they come back to Punk after that segment, no one in the crowd is making a sound. That's the big thing about this show, is that the crowd was completely dead the entire show except for a couple of assorted parts.
Well, look how they fucking opened it. It probably fatigued the hell out of them.
It murdered the crowd.
Wait, what? Oh, right. That probably killed them dead. I know I'd be fucking dead after that.
Yeah. So they had the Punk Laurinaitis thing, and it was absolutely perfect. They go to commercial, they come back. Who's out next but Lita?
Yes. Divalicious Landing Award.
Exact, and either it's TV or a lot of really good makeup because she looks exactly nothing like her mugshot, which makes her look like she's a crack fiend.
That is one woman. I'm going to say this. I would not mind waking up to Lita without makeup on, but that's just because I'm me.
Okay.
That's a mean thing to say.
No, we'll just leave it at that.
That is very...
For the record, I wouldn't mind waking up to Lita at all, period. So, take that as you will.
Go do your homework.
Shut up! You're not my dad.
All right, yeah. Nobody wants to talk about the Lita segment.
Anymore.
Lita, where we have Lita present an award to Kelly Kelly. That'll sum it up. Something happens with Beth and Talia. I mean, I'm sorry you two, but WWE made me want to forget you. Not your.
Yeah. So the sexy tattooed brunette gives a slammy to a plastic Barbie doll, and two slightly buffier Barbie dolls come out, try to take the award away from the one Barbie doll, who slaps the crap out of both of them and takes it back. Okay. That about sums that up.
Yeah. And now we have another Holy Shit Award presented by Santino Marella. And he has the Bella Twins with him. Blah, blah, blah.
Fine. L.
Triple H's tombstone on The Undertaker, Rock hitting the rock bottom on Cena. The walkout on Triple H and CM Punk leaving with the title.
Shocking. Does anyone else notice that? Or is anyone else like, wow, this happened? I mean, Undertaker kicking out of the fucking tombstone, yeah. Which is why I'm happy it won. But still. Spoiler warning.
Yeah. But
this brings out Triple H.
Who comes out to accept a Slammy Award after being incapacitated for weeks.
Also,
why now?
Okay, here's my thing. Remember how we were talking about the fucking stupid opening segment? Raw does that a lot when they had these 3-hour shows, where they'll have something stupid and fucking not funny open the fucking first hour of the show, and then the big fucking shit happens. Why the fuck couldn't Triple H return on the first hour of the show?
Because the first hour, in the minds of Vince and other people who are in charge, doesn't really exist to them. It's just something that they can... USA said, hey, can we give you 3 hours for this show? They're like, fine, whatever.
Kevin Dunn decided that Triple H coming back after being incapacitated for 3 weeks was more important. It wasn't part of their genre. Michael Cole and JR Dancing was.
But at the same time, the first hour has always... Whenever they have these 3-hour shows, you're right. They just throw something together, and it reeks of last-minuteness, really.
Well, there's been reports for the last, 3 or 4 months that they've been completely rewriting Raw throughout the day of the show, and only just completing the script maybe half an hour before they go on.
So, you know what? If that's true, that's kind of stupid of them. But whatever.
Well, that's how we got the Raw where Johnny Ace was in power, and all that stupid shit happened.
But yeah, let's see. Triple H basically cuts a similar promo to what he's been cutting ever since Kevin Nash fucked him over, and it's basically broke my heart. Blah blah blah. I'm gonna take you out this Sunday.
Here's the weird thing about it, though. At the very beginning of it, he mentions the Undertaker for 30 seconds, and he says that what the WrestleMania match will be remembered for is the day the Undertaker's streak ended. Paul, you tapped out.
No, what he's talking about is the fact that the Undertaker could not get out of the ring under his own power.
No, basically, when he's saying the streak ended, he basically means Undertaker won't be able to challenge for another point.
But in reality...
He said he beat me, but... Yeah.
In reality, he's going to get to 20, and then he's going to retire.
Yeah.
And the end of the show might have a hint towards that, but... Fuck me. This next segment I actually laughed at just for the sheer implications of it, and the next match blew the rest of the show out of the water, along with the CM Punk segment.
And the ending, possibly.
Yeah. David Otunga and Tony Atlas, they come to present the Slammy for Trending Star of the Year, and before Otunga can get a word in edgewise, Tony Atlas starts doing the Abraham Washington show laugh.
And the entire time, David Otunga's doing this really bad acting and of being interrupted. And near the very end, he's like, "Okay, what are you laughing at? I'm laughing at you."
His bow tie.
His stupid bow tie.
Hat.
It's like Clarence. It's like if Clarence Mason had less personality.
That possible? But yeah. Basically, this is one that they haven't decided on. Instead, what's going to happen is they're going to have a fatal 4-way, and what's going to happen is the winner of this will be the first of the 4 nominees to trend on Twitter. And the nominees
the winner of the match would be the winner of the Slammy.
No, it was whoever trended on Twitter first would be the winner of the award. The winner of the match had nothing to do with it. But the nominees are Cody Rhodes, Daniel Bryan Danielson, I was in the Spirit Squad Ziggler, and Zack Ryder.
Ooh, kid.
Fuck!
Yeah.
2 points about this. Excellent
Slam.
match. Number 1. Number 2, a preview for Royal Rumble. This is what I expect from the Royal Rumble.
And point number 3 on this, half of this match was commercial breaks.
Yeah, and yet it didn't seem like that. Believe it or not, those commercial breaks really felt like they were needed because the action was just
they actually paced it very well. Like the commercial breaks.
Like, oh god, okay, give me a break, give me a commercial break. God, I can't stand this anymore.
And of course, like the last segment of it, after the last commercial break was just completely on fire. They were hitting all the shots with expert precision and great speed.
Yeah, this match was like, what, 20 minutes?
Dolph Ziggler and Zack Ryder tying up. We had Daniel Bryan and Cody Rhodes doing stuff. And then we had Dolph Ziggler and Cody Rhodes actually take each other on at one point. And
that would be a great singles match.
Yeah, but who's going to turn face first?
That's true.
Maybe Dolph.
Yeah, I think Dolph.
I'd say Dolph because he'd get rid of when he finally dumps Vicky, he's gonna get the biggest fucking face reaction ever.
Yeah, unless you're Mick Foley. But the end for this
or the
match,
Road Warriors.
Yeah, pretty much. The end of this match, it comes after twin superplexes that I think were supposed to be at the same time, and then we got a flurry of finishers. We got Dolph Ziggler getting hit with the Rough Rider, Zack Ryder getting hit with Crossroads, Cody Rhodes getting locked in the label lock, and then Daniel Bryan getting hit with the zigzag. And Dolph Ziggler...
This is right after Bryan breaks out of a sleeper hold.
Yeah. So, after the match, however, Zack Ryder does win the Slammy, and then Ziggler hits Zack with the zigzag.
Yep.
And steals his Slammy. Because why not?
Yeah, he took it... First, he took his HDMI cable. Then he took Princess Leia.
What's next? And then now he's taking his Slammy. What's next, Dolph? Are you going to steal the Internet Championship as well?
Oh, dear
I'm still
God,
waiting.
no.
I'm still waiting for them to put that belt on TV.
But yeah,
hey, Michael Cole keeps bringing it up, so...
Plus, there was a few house shows where he had the original Internet Championship.
Maybe it's hard to carry it around.
Is Christian.
Belt, I guess.
Up next is Christian.
Yeah, he has a bit of a theme for these Slammy Awards. Last year he came out in a sling. This year he comes out in crutches and a neck brace.
Yep. He was much funnier last year too.
Yeah, and here's the thing with this. Well, firstly, I must say Christian's beard is awesome. Secondly, this is total bullshit because the award is Game Changer of the Year, and one of the nominees is Edge retiring, which should immediately nullify everything else.
Yeah,
secondly,
that's the biggest game changer ever.
Secondly, nowhere in this, I think, was CM Punk leaving Money in the Bank with the WWE Championship.
Actually, I think it was in there, but that should have won.
No, actually, it was Del Rio beating CM Punk at SummerSlam.
Oh, okay. Okay, I can see that.
And the winner of this is The Rock challenging John Cena to a match at WrestleMania 28.
Yeah.
And John Cena comes out, and the crowd goes boo.
Well, we don't know if the live crowd actually went boo. We just know it was, transmitted over our television sets.
Yeah, it could just.
Yeah.
They could pipe in boos for Cena like TNA does for every one of their heels.
No, they can't really do that with a live show though.
Oh, that's right. So they were.
You can if you've got a big enough delay.
But yeah, Cena talks about WrestleMania being the biggest
shit
shit ever, and he doesn't care about the fact that he's a main event versus Henry tonight.
Hell, he doesn't. But however, he wants to. But I can't. He can't accept this award. So here's The Rock. No Rocky music.
Yay!
Oh well. You know what? I know. The Rock is going to be here live via satellite. No Rock. This is kind of funny. Maybe we got a clip of him. No clip. This is kind of funny. I mean, didn't Rock say he was never leaving?
No, the thing was that Cena's acting in this was just so hokey.
It was. It was really hokey. So basically, he was acting like he was on, like he was starring in the movie Fred, the movie. Oh no!
Let's not talk more about that. Yeah, they're kind of hinting at not necessarily a heel turn, but just like what side is the crowd on. I don't know. I mean, the Hollywood Hogan match kind of turned The Rock into Hollywood Rock, so you never know.
I don't care. I honestly will boo John Cena over The Rock because I don't care. You cannot tell me who to cheer for. You just can't. Otherwise, I'm just gonna go fuck it.
I'm so as annoyed as I was about them announcing this match like a year in advance. I am so much more fucking just over it. And the only reason I want WrestleMania to come is so we don't have to fucking deal with.
Then you obviously don't know about their plans for after WrestleMania, where they're probably going to do a multi-month series of these matches with Rock and Cena, ending at SummerSlam.
Ah!
And No Leaf had just blue screened. All right. So up next is we have CM Punk and Randy Orton versus The Miz and Alberto Del Rio. Why Randy Orton? Because just that. Because.
Yeah.
Because why not?
It's like, hey Randy, you doing anything? No. We're gonna put you in a tag match with Punk. Wasn't he trying to kill me at Wrestle? You know what? Fuck it. It's fine.
Yeah, didn't he try to fucking hold my wife hostage?
Didn't he try to rape my wife?
That's okay. I guess that's payback for me kicking him in the head and stripping the title from him effectively.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Anyways, yeah. Let's do this. Yeah, let's do this. And I gotta say, wasn't their best match?
No, it's another situation where Orton's kind of distracted by his feud to really give a damn about the. I mean, the good thing was that it didn't happen during the match, but nonetheless, Orton was very preoccupied to begin with.
Yeah, there's that. Again, this is not a very good match, but it basically did pretty much set up what's going to happen at TLC.
Oh, and excuse me, it did happen during the match.
Yes, it did. But it was at the end, so.
Yeah.
Ending comes when Punk gets hit with the skull-crushing finale after Orton gets knocked off the table by the Barrett Barrage. Did you see that? This is the power of the Barrett Barrage.
Yeah, it's the spinning side slam, which thank Christ they're giving him that to him as a finish, but it's still too late.
Does he still use Wasteland?
Yes.
Hopefully not.
Yes, he still uses Wasteland.
That's a really anticlimactic finisher.
Yeah.
It is to the people he usually feuds with. To some of the people, good lord.
If he did Wasteland to Big Show, it would be kind of believable because
he did do it to Mark Henry. He did do it to Mark Henry.
Barely.
He's done it to Ezekiel Jackson.
Yeah.
Well, he also fucked his shoulder when he did it to Mark Henry.
Yeah.
So yeah, but
it doesn't really count. Let's kill yourself.
After this match, after Miz and Del Rio win, they beat the shit out of CM Punk, which basically confirms that Punk's going to win on Sunday.
Yeah.
They go to commercial.
No. Stop. Just for a second. The way they did this, they used the ladder for a cross arm breaker, and Miz gets on the mic. Next to Punk, Miz is probably the best stick man they've got. And just some of the comments from Miz to Punk got me and my fiance just all a Twitter the next day.
You almost called her your woman.
I am gonna tell Joy.
That is
That's
going to
funny.
be our nickname for her now. Whenever Iron Bite is here, we're going to be Iron Bite. Your woman is in the background.
She is gonna kick your ass. You realize that, right?
At least there'll be physical contact. Anyways,
Oh, that's sad.
This basically berates Punk while he's in the while he's in the cross arm breaker over the ladder, and me and Joy, my fiance, my woman, the love of my life,
He's gonna fucking kill you.
Yes, she probably is.
Standing right here.
Oh yeah, she's gonna kill
fucking kill you.
She's got a murderous look in her
No,
eyes.
no, Arrow,
Yeah,
no.
me and my woman, we love each other.
Alibi.
But I mean, just some of the comments. It was like, God damn it, Miz. That was so goddamn homosexual. It's not even. It wasn't even funny.
No, yeah, I said the same thing about his run with R-Truth. The post that they did was very...
His run with John Morrison was gayer.
Oh, yeah, I missed that. That's the thing.
No, it's like,
no, the fact
it was like the week before when, like, me and Del Rio, we're gonna, like, I took John Morrison out. And Punk's like, you took him out? Like, did you see that new Twilight movie? Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Actually, they did.
Here's the thing, I don't understand why there's people that are getting pissed off at CM Punk for making gay jokes.
Because it's Punk and he's awesome. But just the fact that Miz kept saying, "Oh, you're a fighter, you're a fighter." It was just like,
I was waiting for the ball game.
It was Top Gun. We'll put it that way.
But Miz forgot how long a leg CM Punk really has, and he makes mention about Punk's pipe bomb blowing up in his face, blah blah blah. But it was actually a pretty good post match beatdown and promo, which pretty much proves that Alberto Del Rio does not need to be anywhere near the mic.
And he's faking the accent also. But let's talk about the next Muppet Award.
Yes, up next we have Vicky Guerrero. Excuse me!
It's like we wanted Wolverine to win, we wanted the Muppets to win instead of Chocobo won.
Wait, we'll get
No.
Vicky comes out to present the award for WWE A-Lister of the Year. Her presentation partner is Goldust. And the winner of this fucking award, Snooki wants
Chocobo.
Smooch.
She's an Oompa Loompa.
She's an orange
She
Chocobo.
wants Smears.
But yeah, she looks 40 years old, and she thanked everyone via satellite.
Even gave Zack Ryder a shot.
Let's think about this here. Do we want to see her live?
No.
See her at all.
Well, don't forget, earlier this year they managed to get the crowd to do a Snooki chant.
That's true, but you know what? I wanted the Muppets. I wanted Wolverine. Hell, I would have even taken fucking no-show Jonah Hill. Not
yeah, really.
He didn't really no-show. They just decided not to fucking put him on TV.
Yeah, because they realized that he fucking sucks.
It's Jonah fucking Hill.
Jonah Hill is like the poor man's bad acting version of Seth Rogen.
The funny thing is, apparently he's a huge wrestling fan.
Ah!
He's
by the
not
way,
smart like us. But
Snooki gives Zack Ryder a shout-out, which in the minds of some might actually lower Zack Ryder's appeal, knowing that
Yeah, a
Snooki's
little bit.
yeah, but let's talk about Mark Henry saying he's going to keep the title after TLC is over.
Okay.
They have been
I don't
doing,
care.
in terms of, with Mark Henry, and this is shown even more on SmackDown with what he does with Jack Swagger, they've been doing everything they possibly could since he stopped feuding with Randy Orton to completely get rid of his monster heelness and replace it with whiny bitch.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, this is the guy who not even Randy Orton can keep down. Yet
Yeah.
Big Show seems to only be able to beat him through hook. I mean, he can't even beat Big Show. Name me the last time Mark Henry cleanly beat Big Show since Big Show's been back.
No, never.
Never.
Yeah.
And even then, And even then, this is the dude that took one of the sound technicians and threw him into a black abyss.
Yeah, and he also injured Drew McIntyre indirectly.
Yes. He's also the dude that took one of the Usos and threw him into the audience.
Yes. He's also
This is
the
the guy
that broke Daniel Bryan's ribs.
This is the guy who put Big Show and Kane and the Great Khali and that one guy with the Russian accent. I can't remember his name.
Vladimir Kozlov.
That's
This is the dude that broke the ring with Big Show that only happened once at that one event, Vengeance 2011, never happened before ever in WWE.
This is the guy that, I know it wasn't announced, but they'll probably retcon it, took out Harry Smith.
Yes.
This is the guy who killed Jerry Lawler dead.
This is the guy who shot JR.
And now he's going to Jack Swagger for help.
This is
We'll
the
talk
guy
about that when we hit SmackDown.
Yeah, we'll get to that when we get to SmackDown. After this, we go to a commercial, and then we have what I like to call a negative squash. A squash so bad they don't even start the match. Sheamus versus Jinder Mahal.
When are they going to give up on this guy?
Yeah,
Seriously.
he basically has Zack Ryder's #1 contendership for the WWE title from September 2010. He gets bro kicked.
Yeah.
Good.
No one
They
likes
don't even start the fucking match.
Is anybody upset that Jinder fucking lost? No one likes him. Like, I have never, very rarely do I see a fucking wrestler that no one fucking likes.
He's in the position that Drew McIntyre was in when he started in WWE.
But even Drew McIntyre, I think some people are like, yeah, you can give him a chance. There's no one that's like, you know what, give Jinder a chance. He's not that bad. I think universally people think he fucking sucks.
Because he does. He's boring, he's bland, he can't wrestle good.
I mean,
He was in FCW for 8 months before they brought him up to the main roster.
and this is pretty much why I think Triple H has said, you know what, next time we bring somebody up, we better fucking have a direction to take them in, otherwise we get another Jinder Mahal.
To which, in the latest news, Seth Rollins is being brought up to work house shows, which is fucking awesome, number one.
Yay.
Number two, Dean Ambrose just worked a match with Daniel Bryan and lost.
Yes, but don't forget also he went on Twitter, did Seth Rollins, and said, my last match in FCW is so-and-so, and because WWE thinks everybody in the universe is on Twitter, they probably aren't going to put him on TV until after WrestleMania, which sucks.
Well, you know what? If they bake him, they prepare him, they baste him, they get him all nice and ready, we'll have a scrumptious Dean Ambrose meal put before us every week. And I cannot believe how gay that sounded.
If anything, him being left off TV until after WrestleMania gives them more time to work on his character and more time for him to get ready. It's certainly going to be better than them, bringing Mystico in and putting him on TV after 2 months of doing nothing.
Yes, and look where he is right now, those educated, broken feet.
Yeah. Jinder had his negative squash. Sorry about that. After that, they go to commercial, and who would be out to present Superstar of the Year? Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, he's still in this company. I forget.
Yes,
he had the WWE title once. He had a title reign shorter than Christian. Not as long as, longer than Dolph Ziggler, but shorter than Christian.
Well, everybody has a reign longer than fucking Dolph Ziggler.
Even I've got a reign.
No, you forgot one dude that had a reign shorter than him, Yokozuna.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah, here's something that speaks miles and miles about this crowd. Rey Mysterio comes back after injury. He's only probably one shot deal. He's probably not ready to come back on TV full time yet. But he comes back regardless. The crowd doesn't make any noise. They are dead silent for Rey Mysterio. If you brought back, here's the thing. This crowd, if you did a Raw on this crowd, if you resurrected Eddie Guerrero and put him on TV, they wouldn't make any noise.
You know what? The Bella Twins could go to the middle of the ring, strip naked, and start having lesbian sex with one another, and the crowd would still be
That
dead.
would be incest, you sick fuck.
And no one in this room except No Leaf would have a problem with it.
Exactly.
God, why do I
It's like that. It's like Nostalgia Critic said in his Kid in King Arthur's Court review said. Now, a lot of you may think that incest is a bad thing. No.
Actually, yeah. I mean, come on. It's the Bella twins.
Yeah. You know, and for whatever lack of personality they have, goddamn, how about them titties?
Exactly.
That's not that great. But
We're so progressive.
Superstar of the Year, guys.
So Rey Mysterio comes out, presents Superstar of the Year, winner via fan votes. CM Punk, yay! But then John Laurinaitis, Executive Vice President of Talent Relations, Interim Raw General Manager, comes out. Because CM Punk cannot accept this award, I will accept it on CM Punk's behalf. Thank you, I am Mr. Excitement. There's a little Randy Savage that went in there.
yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I am in the danger zone.
And yeah, that speaks for itself. John Laurinaitis is kind of trolling. But we have Mark Henry walking backstage.
We have Mark Henry walking backstage, and then
January 2nd, 2012.
we have the third It Begins promo.
And this one is even more confusing because now it's talking about she.
Yeah,
Who's
talk about this
she?
girl. Two guesses: Stephanie McMahon, Dixie Carter.
Can't you imagine a promo between John Laurinaitis and Dixie Carter?
I think they would.
Dixie, my name is John Laurinaitis. I know who you are, Mr. Laurinaitis. What are you doing here? I'm here to tell you that you're not allowed in my building tonight. I'm the Executive Vice President of Talent Relations. Yes, I know. Interim Raw General Manager.
I think their negative personalities would open up a black hole.
Wait a second here. Wait a second. When did Dixie Carter start sounding like Dende from Dragon Ball Z Abridged?
That was...
My name is Dende. I'll kill you under
I didn't think my Johnny Ace impression would be that good, though.
Oh God! Well, it's pretty easy to impersonate someone who's had throat cancer.
But yeah, hey,
yeah, they have the It Begins promo, and everyone pretty much knows it's Chris Jericho, though. But they're still doing it.
The thing is, it's the Undertaker, and if they just be like completely unsubtle like they usually are with that Sting promo last year, they're going to reveal it's the Undertaker by next week.
Sting. It's Sting who's this.
Yeah,
well,
that's
to
what it
be
is.
fair, the first promo could have gone either way, Sting or Taker. The problem is Sting went no, and then went okay. It's
like,
Undertaker.
I don't want to be glorified.
I don't want to be a part of the greatest. You know what would have been the easiest payday of my
I'm
life.
just saying this in retrospect, or rather prospect, but I'm going to go into a match with a druggie and fuck it.
Yeah, I will say this about the It Begins promos. They are incredibly well put together. They're incredibly cryptic. They can go any way, and it's certainly better than when everyone found out that the Save Us promos back in 2007 were about Chris Jericho, and WWE or whoever was in charge of it just went fuck it and started making them so obviously for Chris Jericho.
Well, the thing is with the Save Us promos, it went on way too long, and it gave the internet way too much time for speculation.
Yeah,
we're still speculating. We're still speculating.
Yeah, they started these things way earlier than they did the Save Us promos, because the Save Us promos, they started in early January. Not early January, late September. Where the fuck did I come up with early January?
I have no clue. Maybe because the big reveal of the third coming of Chris Jericho to feud with CM Punk over the fact that CM Punk basically stole the King of the World thing from Chris Jericho. Is coming January 2nd, 2012.
Here's the thing, though, with how eerie and creepy these promos are, how would they tie Chris Jericho's character into it?
Guys, you're all wrong. It's Mordecai.
Fuck!
Oh, wait. If this is Mordecai, does that mean it's also the return of Ariel?
I hope.
No, that's Kevin Thorne.
It's the same guy.
I know it's the same dude, but whatever.
You know what? Nobody remembers early ECW, early WWE ECW.
I
So
can't remove it.
So don't forget, everyone remembers the ECW zombie.
well, duh, because that's hilarious. But nobody remembers
ECW zombie and Macho Libre.
Anywho, so
yeah,
we
that
have
all happened. It's awesome. Then we go back. We go to commercial. We come back. John Cena versus Mark Henry starts, and then literally a minute and a half after the last commercial break, they start another commercial break.
Yes, and let me explain this to everyone. I was not happy about the night, obviously, beyond CM Punk's promo and the Fatal 4-Way match. I seriously said to Arrow, I doubt anything big is going to happen. I'm going to stop watching now.
Boy, were you wrong.
That is exactly what happened to me, dude.
Now,
I was there's nothing fucking happening.
This is the scenario, everyone. They're doing the match. They're doing Cena versus Henry. Henry hits the World's Strongest Slam. Then they cut to the front of the ring, where you can see the entrance ramp, and then you start seeing fog coming out of the entrance ramp, and you're like, and when I saw that, I'm like, what in the world is that? And then the fire comes up, and after about 10 seconds of darkness, Kane.
The return of fucking Kane.
Yes,
and that's
Kane
bad.
Comes out, and he has a new attire. He has long hair again. He has a welder's mask on that makes him look like the Predator.
Yeah,
and
it looked very unsettled.
He comes like he's never even lost a step. He comes down to the ring, does the whole, grabs the top rope from the apron, climbs on over. Henry books it. Meanwhile, Cena's stumbling around.
He has his own left glove, too.
Yeah, and then Kane, no-look chokeslam on Cena.
Then he does the pyro again, and then he looks up, he takes off the Predator mask, and underneath his old mask.
Well, not quite.
Not
No,
quite.
it's a mixture of
Old
the
and
half mask and a new design on it.
Yes, and it looks kind of like Red Skull, which is it doesn't take anything away from it. It looks pretty damn creepy.
It does, and he has goatee too, and he has the fake contact in one eye. And
again,
my friend Justin Henry, who writes for a lot of wrestling websites, he put on Twitter, and this got put on WWE.com in the the day after, where they put all the tweets that happened through the show. He tweeted out when Kane revealed the new mask. He says, Kane actually looks evil again, as opposed to King Kong Bundy on Nutrisystem.
Or just
I'm King Kong Bundy for Nutrisystem.
a strangely fit baby.
Oh my god! Oh my god! It was.
In case you're wondering, I didn't like his promos from last year. I thought that they were fucking bullshit.
There will be vengeance.
But again,
hopefully he won't. Two other things. One, hopefully he won't have the stupid organ music underneath his promos again.
Well, he has his old music. You forgot.
Yeah, he has. That's what I was. That's the second I was going to mention. He has a remix of his last theme. He has the orchestral thing that he had since 2008, but it has guitar over again, which is playing his original theme.
it's also got the slow chemical guitar riff as well.
Really? I didn't notice that.
It is glorious.
It is excellent.
So we have with us a pastiche Kane, and
so the way this Raw went in terms of segment to segment is started horrendously, went to average, went to absolutely fucking hilarious, went to a long string of boring, went to awesome fucking match, went to another string of boring to face-palming stuff, particularly Snooki and John Cena. Then they go to a cool match with the tag match, and then we have the awesome ending.
yeah.
Well, actually, so really, I mean, when you really look at it, it's not it wasn't a terribly good Raw, but it was beyond. It was a little bit above average. I mean, you had the return of Kane under a mask, and he did a no-look choke slam.
Yeah, and it's certainly the best Slammy Awards that we've had ever.
Yeah, I gotta say that. I mean, no Dennis Miller in sight. Thank the gods.
But at this point, I think I'm going to have to get off before we talk about SmackDown. I will confess, like I said at the beginning, I missed it. And I have responsibilities at the moment.
Okay.
He just had to walk his dog.
It's a puppy. He's been in his cage for like 3 hours. I want to do something about that.
You don't know where your priorities lay, sir.
Fine, I'll be right back.
All right, so SmackDown. Coming off of the
well, actually, we mentioned Tribute to the Troops earlier, but it was a good show.
Let's mention a little bit of Tribute to the Troops. It was one of those feel good about yourself shows about, hey, this is the troops, this is just about the troops, and even though Nickelback is here, okay.
Maybe we should have had a petition to get rid of them like they did at the Detroit Lions game.
You know what? To be fair, and I'm gonna tell you guys this. I've actually been listening to the new Nickelback album.
Oh my god! You say it's not good. If you say it's not bad, I will fucking end your life. I swear to God, Iron Bite. I will put up with so much. I will am willing to put up with so much bullshit from you, but I will not accept the fact that you think fucking Nickelback has an okay album. No. No.
Start booking your flight because it's not bad.
You whore.
I
will say this. I will say this as somebody who is just into all kinds of music.
Very dead man.
Damn it, Jingus. Running number one of the night. What I was going to say was, as a fan of music in general, their very first album that they put out before anybody knew about them was okay. It was not anything like they sound now. It was grunge. It was 90s grunge.
Well, good for them. Let's move on. I don't want to talk about Nickelback anymore.
Okay, hold on, really quick.
No!
I will state for the record that I do not hate Nickelback just to hate Nickelback as other people do. If I hear Photograph one more time at one more school dance...
Look at this photograph!
I will rip someone's head. I won't even decapitate someone. I will rip their head straight off their shoulders. Now we can move on.
Okay, so moving on to Tribute to the Troops. It was one of again. It was just a nice. It was one of your feel good shows of the year. It's just, hey,
there was certainly more wrestling in it than happened on Raw or SmackDown.
But again, it was something for the troops. Were they over in Iraq? I couldn't.
Oh, they were in the United States again. They stopped doing the overseas ones back in last year.
Yeah, they were at Fort Bragg.
This was the first one that they. This was the first one they did indoors.
Yeah.
Right. You had some great shots of. Well, let's see. You had a shot of who was it? Kofi Kingston, CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, Alberto Del Rio, and who was the chick? I know there was a diva. Was it Kelly? Oh, Eve. Walking forward in preparations to do a skydive.
Yeah.
It was badass.
Yeah. Also, like we mentioned earlier, we had Big Show hugging Eve.
Yeah. Big Show hugging Eve because, yeah.
Because he wasn't already hungry enough.
Big Show eats pretty Hispanic girl.
Well, what do you think happened to Joy Giovanni all those years ago?
Oh,
now that explains it. I thought she was just a completely untalented hack, but
she was SmackDown's massage therapist.
So,
yes, she gave happy ending. So moving on from that, let's move on to SmackDown.
Yes, we go to SmackDown. We have the big fireworks and all that. Our main event of the night is going to be Randy Orton and Zack Ryder versus Wade Barrett and Dolph Ziggler. Then Josh Matthews is in the ring. Oh, and by the way, something actually about Michael Cole, just to show that he is not good at all. It does not take him 30 seconds to try and bury somebody on the show, because when he's introducing the main event, he goes, Randy Orton and the woo goof, Zack Ryder. He's a fucking minute into this show to try and put someone down.
Again, he's not. This is the thing. If I were to run a storyline, and this is just me fantasizing, I would have somebody who can do a big power move start harassing Michael Cole every time he's on SmackDown. It's like on Raw, they get the mic and they go, hey, you know what I've also noticed? Michael Cole seems to be on an awful lot of shows. So I'm going to do something about that. Tune into SmackDown. And the second SmackDown goes on the air, the second Michael Cole opens his mouth, just to indicate, hey, I'm Michael Cole here. That wrestler's music hits, he comes out, grabs Michael Cole, and puts him through the announce desk. And
maybe that would actually be a cool thing for them to do with Brodus. Like, they have somebody come out, if they ever fucking debut Brodus. By the way, he didn't debut on Raw again. I've gotten actually past the point of not giving a shit about Brodus debuting, because they're never going to fucking debut him. No. They're never going to.
No, that ship has sailed.
It's going to be past next year's SummerSlam before they debut him.
Is anybody complaining? Does anyone really want to see Brodus, though?
Yeah. He's one of the few good monsters. Have you watched his Superstars matches?
No,
he's a male Kong. He's killing bitches dead.
He's actually more of a Rhino than Rhino.
Yeah. He's fat Jesse Neal.
Yeah, basically. But keep going.
It's like if Jesse Neal and King Hippo had a kid.
That is a horrifying thought.
But yeah, that would be a cool thing for them to do with Brodus. Actually, is they have somebody they wanted to do managers again. They have somebody be a manager because I don't know if he's really any good with the microphone. So they have somebody be his manager. Like, they come out on Raw and Michael Cole has been running his mouth for the last year, and I have somebody here. He's going to be on SmackDown, and he's going to teach Michael Cole a lesson. And then sometime during that week's SmackDown, that person comes out again, and he introduces Brodus, who comes up from behind and eats fucking Michael Cole alive and puts him through the table and beats the shit out of him, and we don't have to fucking hear Michael Cole ever again, and Brodus would get over like that.
You would be the biggest face.
I would buy his t-shirt.
I'm predicting this. The moment that they finally have somebody completely kick the shit out of Michael Cole and possibly put him off TV for a little bit, that person is going to immediately get over. Because that's what happened with Alex Riley earlier this year. He beat the shit out of Miz, and he got cheered like crazy for that. Then the next week he comes out, and Michael Cole calls him a bastard. The crowd gets fucking pissed. Alex Riley kicks the shit out of Michael Cole, and the crowd is immediately on his side.
Michael Cole and Vicky Guerrero are the two biggest heels the WWE has. Oh, and by the way, Michael Cole has a third Slammy, folks.
Yeah. But it's like I've been saying, though, about both Vicky and Michael Cole. The fans hate them so much. Michael Cole more so in terms of just X-Pac heat than Vicky. I mean, I have X-Pac heat for both of them. But I've always said, in terms of both Vicky and Michael Cole, they could save a burning bus full of children and still get booed.
Yeah. Michael Cole especially, he has become that unlikable, but that's because of oversaturation. Vicky Guerrero had to legitimately...
We have no leave to get all pissed off about that for us.
I'm chill right now. I am playing Arkham City, and I'm trying to ace this fucking...
Stop playing Arkham City during the show, goddammit.
No!
Yeah,
fuck
otherwise
you!
You get Mega Fighter to take your place. Mega Fighter, do not unmute your microphone. That was just an empty thread. We would never have to...
After that tangent... After that wonderful tangent that probably needs 3 tangent counters, we have Josh Matthews in the ring. He introduces Booker T, and Booker comes to the ring, and the week before, Cody had interfered while Booker was entering, beats the shit out of him. Then Booker comes back later in the show, beats the shit out of him during a match with Daniel Bryan. Matthews asks Booker T if he's ready to face Cody Rhodes at TLC. Booker asks the crowd if he looks ready. They give him a big cheer. Then he says he doesn't want to fight Rhodes. He didn't want to fight Rhodes, as a matter of fact. I was happy and content moving on to the next stage of my career in the commentary booth with Josh Matthews. To hell with Michael Cole.
Yeah, that's basically it. This whole segment, eventually Cody Rhodes comes out, and they jaw jack back and forth, and Cody says, "Oh, you know what? For the past 2 times, you've been interfering in my matches with Daniel Bryan, so you know what? I've petitioned Teddy Long to make it right. I'm going to face Daniel Bryan, and if you get in the ring, I will file a motion to have you suspended, and blah blah blah.
And your match with me at TLC will be canceled."
So it's like, okay, whatever, dog. You do that.
And then Daniel Bryan comes out, and he still has tape around his ribs, even though it's been like 2-3 weeks since he got.
Don't hate on the guy for actually selling. That type of selling doesn't happen in the WWE nearly enough.
No,
you would think that after 3 weeks, after 2 or 3 weeks,
injuries suck, dude.
He's still. I don't think he would need that much tape around. Like, his entire lower half is nothing but white tape.
I've never had them, but as I understand it, rib injuries like that never completely fucking heal.
Yeah, just ask Chris Jericho. I've seen Chris Jericho sell a rib injury for at least 2 months. I really have. But during this match with Daniel Bryan versus Cody Rhodes, Michael Cole decides to, instead of calling the match, talk to Booker T about how much of a selfish bastard he is. And I thought you said you didn't want to fight. I thought you said you wanted to be above that. Come on, Booker. What's going on? What's going on? Michael Cole?
And the entire time I'm going, call the fucking match!
Here, because I feel like people think we bag on Cole just because people like to bag on Cole.
He doesn't call matches. He doesn't.
It gets to a point where it's very distracting from the overall show, and you don't want to listen to the show. That's the problem. The commentator shouldn't make you want to fucking not listen to the show.
Yeah, actually, I think I'll say this, and I might get a little bit of hate for it. Throughout this entire show, as the show as a whole, there were moments where the commentary was fucking abysmal, but overall, through the show, I thought the commentary was a little bit more bearable, just because of Josh Matthews cutting in at times and actually calling the action.
Yeah. I really don't know where they're going with Michael Cole, but they need to either get there fast or get off the damn road, because I'm done. It's so fucking done with Michael Cole.
The drop in commentary quality in the last 5 years is just amazing. Because at least 5 years ago, we still had JR and Lawler. We still had Michael Cole and Taz for the first part of 2006. Then we had Michael Cole and JBL, which was a fantastic pairing.
Yes.
We had Joey Styles and Taz as well, and Joey Styles actually calls the matches.
Ironically enough, why they hated him being on commentary.
Yeah. That's the whole reason for his shoot interview. I'm I am told to deliberately ignore the moves and holds so I can tell stories.
But again, the fact of the matter is, this match was actually pretty nice if you put the show on mute and just watch Cody Rhodes and Daniel Bryan go just put on a goddamn clinic. I mean, it was beautiful selling, it was beautiful psychology, and the ending. Oh my god, the ending. The one time I actually cheered for a tight pull. Because Daniel Bryan ducks the beautiful disaster, rolls up Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes, it looks like, grabs Daniel Bryan's trunks and then rolls through it, and it looks like he's going to do the whole, oh, I'm a heel, I'm going to hold him down. No, he pulls him back up for the crossroads.
Yeah. It was excellent. For the time that it only got maybe 5 or 6 minutes, but it was great.
Yeah.
But you won't like this then, because the results here that we're reading off, it only gives the match 2 stars.
What?
Damn it,
But
you.
I think for that time, they could have at least given it another half star, because
Yeah,
for
I
the time
would've
that they
given
got,
it
it was excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah, and actually, I'll say one last thing about the commentary. We had all those teams that I mentioned before. We also had CM Punk last year, and he's excellent.
We did, and
It's like that video of him on NXT 3, like CM Punk's hour of inside jokes and obscure references.
So we go to the back where Alicia Fox is strutting backstage. And
this fucking thing! Fuck this! Let me explain to you people. They have been doing everything in their fucking power to make Beth Phoenix and Natalya look like fucking wimps. And they've been doing this for the last 3 or 4 months through them, Natalya and Beth Phoenix, who could probably eat the insides of these divas alive, losing in 30 seconds to fucking roll-ups. Natalya lost to Alicia fucking Fox to a fucking roll-up. That's fucking bullshit.
Somewhere Jingus is screaming. Oh wait, Jingus is here.
Hi, Jingus. You know what?
Jingus
Actually,
is possessing me through this. This
You know
is
what?
the part
No.
where this
Hold
is
on,
the
hold on a
part where
second.
the glass over my logo goes splat because I'm fucking broken.
hey, hold on a second. Jingus, you there? Jingus, you alive? Can
He's
you hear
typing.
us?
Yo,
Okay.
I'm here. What?
We've been talking about the whole roll-up thing. Can you give us some insight on this?
It's bullshit. It means that they want to beat somebody without actually beating somebody.
Okay.
Here's the even worse fucking part of this. After this ends, after this 30-second match, to use the term in incredibly fucking light ways. By the way, these results, they give the match a rating of NA. Alicia Fox gets on the microphone. She holds up one of Natalya's hair extensions. How that fell out is beyond me. Then she says, and I quote here, "Natalya, you're so synthetic, it's pathetic, baby. So why don't you do everybody a favor and go gallop to the back and have yourself a good crybaby cry? Because, girl, you just got outfoxed, right?"
And
Fuck
I
this.
quote.
Fuck this. This abomination of a current fucking Divas division is awful. This is why nobody takes women's wrestling seriously anymore, because they don't put any fucking effort into it, and the only 2 women in the company that they actually have any sort of fucking care about, and it's been said in reports that the only 2 divas in this entire fucking company that they actually think can work are the Divas of Doom, Natalya and Beth Phoenix. They chopped them out in 30 seconds between Alicia Fox and fucking Kelly. I'm done.
You know what?
And Maria Menounos.
Anyways,
And Maria Menounos. Don't fucking remind me of that, please.
a couple of weeks ago, I did mention the fact that Alicia Fox has that new flipping leg drop finisher that is a lot safer than her old axe kick. She fucked it up.
Yeah, she doesn't do it right. The heel of her gigantic fucking platform boot smacks fucking Natalya right in the forehead.
I thought it was in the face. And then she goes for the pin! She goes for the pin!
Yeah.
In happier news, I'm watching Spectacular Spider-Man right now.
I apparently, my screaming and yelling apparently pissed Iron Bite's woman off.
Oh,
Seriously, let's stop calling her that. She's gonna kill us.
Iron Bite's lovely lady.
There you go.
So yeah, we had that.
We come back. We do a tribute to the troops video, and we show the pipe bomb of the year, and we get to see that lovely Johnny Ace tribute, and then we have Jack Swagger, Mark Henry, and Vicky Guerrero.
This is what I was mentioning earlier, because when I had mentioned earlier that they've done everything they possibly can to completely downplay or even get rid of entirely Mark Henry's monster heel aspects and turn him into a whiny little bitch. That's what they're doing here, because Mark Henry, the dude who's fucking kills bitches dead, went to Jack Swagger for help getting rid of the Big Show. When you have to go to Jack fucking Swagger to need help to get rid of your enemies, reevaluate your career.
Reevaluate your life, actually.
Reevaluate the reason why you're World Heavyweight Champion. 3 months ago, when they put this belt on him, 2 or 3 months ago, everything was looking awesome. They had rejuvenated life into Mark Henry. They made people actually give a shit about fucking Mark Henry, former sexual chocolate. And they're completely pissing it away. And this is why people tune out. Because they don't know how to book people right.
No, it's more or less the lines of they'll stumble onto something. And then just...
They'll be lucky enough to stumble into something, and then somehow they'll still fuck it up.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm surprised that they have that. You know, they fucked up CM Punk's thing a few months ago when they brought Kevin Nash into it. But they've rebounded from that because it's going to be really hard to get people to stop believing in Punk just because it's CM Punk. And the thing with Swagger here is that every time now that they mention Swagger on any of the shows, they always mention him as a former World Heavyweight Champion, just so that way you think he still has some kind of credibility. Even though
remember this?
It's like I said earlier this year when we were talking about him as the world champion. The moment he won the world title, all of Chris Jericho's negative energy and lack of charisma went into him just like that, and he became this walking shell of a fucking. He became a corpse basically. He had no charisma. He had no personality. Like, my name is Jack Swagger. I'm the world heavyweight champion. Who
cares? You're Jack Swagger.
And now, Mark Henry, the world's strongest man, the dude that fucking pinned Randy Orton clean twice.
The dude who sent Kane, the Great Khali, and the Big Show on to the vacation resort where they send all the injured WWE superstars for a couple of months. And
don't forget Kozlov. It was more than a couple of months with him.
The man who made the WWE release Vladimir Kozlov due to injuries. I know that's not the real reason, but go with me here. He's going to, because Jack Swagger injured Big Show's ankle last year,
and not even really. He didn't even really, injure him for a long time, if I remember. He had it for, a show, and then he was perfectly fine.
I don't understand what Mark Henry's reasoning here, but we'll get into that in a second.
Yes, we skipped over a match when we were talking about that.
No, we haven't, actually. Next.
No, you had mentioned the July 9th thing. There was the tag match before that. We have Jimmy and Jey Uso, who are these two Samoan dudes who dance.
Look, I'm going to say this, and I know the woman in the next room is going to disagree with me. I love the Usos' entrance.
I do too.
So do I.
No, Leaf, do you have an opinion?
About the Usos?
Yeah, their entrance, please.
Why'd you guys ask me?
Just to round it out.
Yeah.
I think it's fine. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't not bother me. At least it gives him the frickin' character.
Yeah,
that's true.
It's like a more low key kind of version of Samoa Joe's when Samoa Joe would enter with the Polynesian war dancers.
But goddamn, whenever I see that entrance, it's like, I suddenly feel like I need to go to war with somebody. Seriously.
But does anybody else find it interesting that only one of the Usos looks like Rikishi?
Not really.
No, I keep forgetting which one it was. It's the more built one. It's the bigger one.
That's probably
the one who doesn't do the singing or rapping or whatever during the entrance.
That nary a clue at who does what. They're interchangeable, but
they have Pyro now. Yay.
Yeah, they got Pyro at the end of it.
They're facing the epic tag team, pun completely intended, of Epico and Primo Cologne with Rosa Mendez.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Oh,
She took a lesson in hotness because, everyone here would hit that.
Twice.
You know what? You want to know something? My fiance would hit that.
Wow.
I believe it.
Awesome.
Would she hit? Here's the big question, though. Would she hit it along with you, or would you just be left out?
He'd be left out.
But he'd be watching.
Well, you get a great show out of it.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I think she would leave you completely out.
But yeah, Rosa Mendez has become a much hotter, less street hoary version of
Rosita
Ariel.
and Sarita.
No, not Rosita and Sarita. Fog. What was Ariel's TNA name?
Shirley Martinez. It's her
was
real
Sherry
name.
Martinez. She's become a hotter, less skanky looking version of Shelly Martinez.
Good Lord, just those gams and that top. Oh my God,
Those super tight, small leather Daisy dudes.
Okay, guys.
Well, we got to talk about this
you-
match, don't we?
You, No Leaf, you fawned over women in this show before.
Well, yeah,
That's
but
true. Mhm. I would do nasty,
okay.
horrible things.
See, this is why I said okay.
Okay, so we have a match actually to talk about.
Really?
This match, for the time it got, because none of the matches on here really had any sort of decent time, but the match here, this was a good match.
Yeah.
I mean, didn't they start Epico out as being Hunico's bitch?
Yeah, and now he's back. Now he's dealing. You know what?
Now he's on SmackDown and Hunico's not.
Yeah, Hunico's on Superstars riding a bicycle.
No, his valet's riding a low. I mean, his manager's riding a low-rider bike.
Yeah, Donnie something. It's
Donnie Marlowe.
Donnie Marlowe. Whose son is he?
I don't know.
He's someone's
No,
son.
because there was a news thing I read that he was some older wrestler's son. Let me.
Well,
I have it right.
I've actually said. I say
Haku's
this
son.
time.
That's who that dude is.
He's Meng's son?
Yeah, he's Meng's son.
Jesus Christ.
Really?
Huh.
Wow. Interesting.
Okay.
I've said this before, and I'll say it again. The WWE really needs to reach out to Carlito to try to get him back in, and that way we have all three of the colons.
That won't happen. That won't happen as much as we want it to because they've completely destroyed Carlito's faith in the wrestling business.
That's true, but think of it. We'll have Epico, Primo, Carlito, and Hunico all in one stable, and that stable will be known as the Great O's.
The Great O's. The Great O's. Then they bring in the Big O to feud with them. Or better yet, if this was TNA, they would actually have him join. Make him an Italian, not an Italian. Make him an English Mexican.
And then they would have then they could bring in Kamen Rider O's, and he could join the stable too.
We're not doing this joke.
No Kamen Riders. Do not put Kamen Riders in
match,
TNA.
For the time that this match had, it was good. This seems like a match that maybe like they were gonna do on Superstars, but ran out of time and just threw it in on SmackDown.
Hey, you know what? Whatever. It gets these guys exposure, and I disagree.
It gets us to look at Rosa Mendez's ass. And
you know what? I disagree with that rating. I disagree with this 1-star rating. That was at least a 2-star.
Yeah, it was good for the time that it got, and plus Epico and Primo won, and Primo won with a backstabber.
Yeah, and and as they celebrate, we get to see Rosa Mendez shake her butt.
Yes,
but not shaking her ass, it's shaking her butt.
We could verbally jizz all over her tonight, but let's move on.
Well, I want to say this before we move on. This just goes to further prove that anything TNA can do, WWE can do better.
Yeah, This is how
And now-
Mexican America should go.
Yes, and now, after watching this show, after listening to this show, somebody's going to go on the Dark Match page on TV Tropes and say everybody on this show is a pervert.
Hey, look.
Well,
hey,
By the way,
I'm not a
when
pervert.
go visit that page.
On second thought, look at this pic.
TV.com/darkmatch. So yeah, they had a commercial break. They showed the July 9th 010 stuff. 2010. The fuck? They showed the stuff with Jack Swagger and Big Show and Lottie.
I know that one. Sorry,
it was hilarious.
Salinas!
Jack Swagger.
That's the name! Salinas was her TNA name.
That's Dixie Carter's married name.
Oh my god, her face is awful.
Wait, what?
The picture
Oh,
that...
good lord.
Her picture, and she has a vagina tattoo and gigantic nipples.
Okay, enough.
Okay.
Vagina tattoos are an immediate turn off, everyone.
Who found that?
Big Show versus Jack Swagger and Vicky Guerrero, who I'm pretty sure doesn't in fact have a vagina tattoo.
Good segue. And as the match begins, out comes Mark Henry in street clothes. Takes a chair and sits down at the bottom of the ramp. He goes, chair match. There's a chair match. Yeah, there's a chair match at TLC. Great.
This match happened, and as this match was starting, Mark Henry comes out and sits down in the middle of the ramp.
Yeah.
And they have this match, and it was meh.
It was your classic Swagger match.
Yeah, it was a classic Swagger match. He gets the shit kicked out of him. He loses. Someone beats the shit out of him after the match. And then
Mark Henry takes it a step further by beating a camera guy with a chair.
Actually, what I found kind of interestingly hilarious with this was that when he hit Jack Swagger with the chair, he hit him very gently. Well, as gently as Mark Henry can do it. Then, when he hits the cameraman, he hits him as hard as he fucking can. It's like he was Balls Mahoney swinging the chair.
And then screams as...
Apparently that cameraman done pissed him off.
It was like when Shawn Michaels kicked the shit out of that cameraman at Bad Blood.
Hey, you know what? Actually, I prefer the time when Shawn Michaels super kicked Little Susie when he was working in the cafeteria.
Yes. These tater tots suck.
Or the time when Shawn Michaels was insane and started just randomly super kicking people backstage.
What's your name? My name is Stan. Kick. I just kicked Stan. Then Triple H, after all this is happening, he's like, not sure if it's controversial, but it's funny.
Oh, God. So next up, we've got Randy Orton interacting with Zack Ryder. This goes...
Zack Ryder's like, what did he say? It's like, yo, dude, are we on the same page? My best impression of the Ortontron 9000 version 3.8. No. And then Zack Ryder says, well, are we in the same book? Maybe. Oh, right. Woo, woo, woo. And then Randy Orton... He tries to Ortontron 5000 version 3.8 BC beta. He tries to put through his memory card. He tries to process an emotion, which kind of fails.
Yeah, we all know what Kristen Arnold Schwarzenegger
He tries to look at Zack Ryder going woo woo with a look of a mixture of disdain and what the fuck was that? And he kind of fails. It was like somebody swapped out Randy Orton's card with Dixie Carter's.
Oh God, I'm dying over here from that.
Yes, Jobber alert, everyone.
Oh,
Heath Slater's in the ring.
Well, remember when I said I didn't see this episode of SmackDown? Well,
Stop the fucking presses.
But the fact of the matter, the thing I remember the most about this is the spoilers. Heath Slater beat Ted DiBiase. Ted DiBiase won with the Dream Streak.
That was kind of funny.
And someone's response, I'm sorry, someone from the forums, I wish I could remember who it was. So Heath Slater jobs by winning now?
No. Oh God. You know what? They show more footage of. They're really trying to get over the fact that Ted DiBiase connects with the fans with this whole DiBiase posse thing, and Michael Cole immediately takes a shit all over it.
Yeah, it's like they show more footage. Firstly, they show more footage of the DiBiase posse than this match took place. Secondly, they're showing the DiBiase posse footage, and like he's interacting with the fans and he's signing stuff. And he's posing for pictures and he's standing with a bunch of fans who are in Nexus shirts for some reason. Seriously, like 2 or 3 of the people in that crowd had a Nexus shirt. So he's standing there, he's posing with the fans. Michael Cole's like, the only reason why the fans are liking him is because he gives out free stuff when he's with them. He's a fucking he bribes them.
So, if someone gave me free fucking stuff, I'd want it.
Dude,
did he?
The fact of the matter is,
actually, did he shave his mustache?
Yes, he did.
Fuck, I like the porno stash.
First off, let me say something right here about this whole DiBiase posse. You've got a guy who travels, what would you say, per day? At least 4 hours per day, on average a year. He's in a car. He gets to this arena, and most guys, they just stay in the backstage area, relaxing, preparing for their matches, preparing promos and like. And where's Ted DiBiase? He's out in the parking lot hosting a tailgate party.
I want to go.
I would, even if he's not handing out free crap, I would love to just hang with him. Because he's gone from, he's gone from Randy Orton's bitch in Legacy, although Cody Rhodes was the bigger bitch,
to Maurice's bitch.
To Maurice's bitch. Now he's a man of the people. I'm actually kind of liking where they've gone with Ted DiBiase, but again,
kinda.
Michael Cole immediately shitting all over what's going on in the ring and out of it. It's like, I don't care now. Mute.
And then he pins Slater in like a minute, because really, who cares about Slater anymore? Or ever did.
Whoever cared about him.
I think the most, like, the entire thing with Slater, he immediately lost touch with everybody when John Cena called him the chick from Wendy's.
Yeah, once you get compared to the Wendy's logo, yeah, you might want to reconsider your hairstyle.
It's funny though, because it's true.
Yeah.
But never live it down.
Yeah, Ted beats the crap out of Heath Slater. Slater wins by losing.
And immediately comes
and out comes the bane of our fucking existence, Jinder fucking Mahal.
Hey,
again.
Look, it's Little Green.
I'll paraphrase Spoonie here when talking about Jinder Mahal. Jinder Mahal with anything. Or, as I prefer to call it,
Actually, this is what I prefer to call it.
I don't know what
Eggs. I think he's gonna say exactly.
Yeah, we were talking about. I was making a masturbation joke, and Jinder Mahal, he beats the fuck out of Ted, puts him in the camel clutch. Iron Sheik is weeping somewhere.
And not knowing why.
And not knowing why, exactly. So out comes Teddy Long, the Mac militant, coming to get it on.
Oh, god damn it, I wish Magpie was here, because then he could do the real Teddy Long.
Oh my.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna do the real Teddy Long.
No.
Let me tell you something, player.
No.
Jinder Mahal. Okay, no.
But yeah, so what happens is that Teddy Long comes out and he says Mahal wants to fight so bad he has somebody he can take his aggression out. An incredibly ironic statement considering the match next. He has unfinished business with him for Monday. He'll face this person in a match right now. Out comes King Miracle Whip.
Here's the thing that kills me. Why does Sheamus have? I guess Mahal has unfinished business with Sheamus, but does Sheamus give a shit?
No.
No, it's just somebody else. Mahal is a paycheck to him.
Yeah, that's basically it's an excuse.
No,
to
the problem is that fucking Sheamus has become the new Kane. Well, you pissed me off, player. So guess what?
Kinda has, yeah. You're absolutely right about that.
Yeah, he's new Kane.
He's Undertaker. Like, JBL, you make me mad, player. You drinking that haterade. So tonight, you're gonna face, in a tag team match, you and Orlando Jordan versus the Brothers of Destruction, Kane and The Undertaker! To which the piped-in crowd noise goes, yeah!
Tag team match.
Oh, I must say, actually, by the way, the piped-in crowd noise was on display in the show.
Yeah, again, this was another one of those dead crowd. Isn't TL? Where were they? Were they in down in Virginia?
No, they were. I think maybe it's
Virginia crowds, and I hate to say this, Virginia crowds, unless you get the right.
They're in North Carolina. They're in Raleigh, North Carolina.
Were they in? Okay. Well, here's the thing about Southern crowds.
It's usually a hot crowd.
Well, don't forget that SmackDown for the last 2 months has been getting half-filled arenas.
So yeah, but south of Maryland, I've noticed that the crowds can be really dead in that region unless you got like the Hardy Boys or God help me, Ric Flair on the card.
My own little theory for this is that all the Southern crowd were so depressed that WCW died and they didn't have any regular Southern wrestling anymore, that whenever WWE comes around, they show their pissed offness to Vince McMahon by not making any noise.
We'll go to your shows. We'll buy your shit.
Yeah. Vince, I'm in the wrestling business. Thank you, Ted. I'm in the entertainment business.
Anyways, so this match...
This match, another match of NA. Sheamus wins, moving on. When hopefully my wish for this Christmas is that Jinder Mahal gets fired. That's one of the few times you will ever hear somebody, a fan of wrestling, ever actually wish for somebody to get fired that isn't in TNA.
Or Michael Cole.
Or Kevin Nash.
No. Kevin Nash is gonna snap both of his quads at TLC and will just quietly go away.
The whole ladder match, the whole hammer above the ring match at TLC, it's going to be them trying to climb the ladder. They both take one step up. Both of their quads immediately explode, and they spend the entire match writhing around the mat in pain while Michael Cole gets all pissed off about it.
Sorry about that, folks. I get killed.
Don't die.
Anyway, we are now up to after this match, they have a commercial break. This is the segment of the show where they recap 20 minutes of Raw. And it's literally that. It is nothing but a bunch of slammy recaps, and they show more WWE 12 footage, and if I haven't said it enough times already, I don't think I've said it on the show yet, might have said it yesterday, the graphics in this game are awful.
Yeah, they're fucking inexcusable.
I've been saying this over and over again, but the graphics in fucking Day of Reckoning 2 on the GameCube are better than the graphics on the PS3, Xbox 360, WWE 12.
And you know what? But guys, they've got Predator technology.
What the fuck is Predator technology? Someone explain to me.
It's like regular technology, except with the Predator.
Yes,
Predator technology is the ability for them to interrupt moves more easily.
It is regular technology, only with Jesse Ventura.
Again, wrong. Predator technology is what they're naming the ability to interrupt moves pretty much at any time.
You're ruining the joke!
No, the joke sucked anyway. Just thought I'd tell you.
Don't you run in. Anyway. we have another commercial break. Randy Orton and Dolph Ziggler. No. Randy Orton and Zack Ryder versus Dolph Ziggler and Wade Barrett with Vicky Guerrero again. She didn't really make a lot of noise tonight.
Can't say I'm a fan of this tag team combination. How did the match turn out?
It was okay. I mean,
okay.
None of the matches on SmackDown were particularly great, except for the first match. That was awesome. This one, it mainly relied on the fact that all four of these guys are hot with the crowd. So, basically, that's really it with this match. I mean, at the very end, Orton hits the RKO on Dolph Ziggler. Then, as Orton goes to the pin, Barrett is about to get in the ring, but then Orton gives him the stare of death. And
he's like, yeah, you know what? I'm good. I don't need to do anything. Go ahead, take the win. That's great. The Barrett Barrage continues. Yeah, Barrett Barrage continues.
Yes, Randy Orton gives him a Fluttershy stare, and then he leaves. For the bronies here.
Yep.
Really?
Yes.
I mean,
I am DarkMatch. I am the DarkMatch's resident brony. Goddammit.
I know you are.
No, Mega Fighter and Tifa's are.
Oh, them too.
And Lone Warrior.
Oh, good lord.
And
to a lesser extent.
Digifox. Can't forget Digifox.
No, he's a furry. Again, going into TLC, when you think about it, this is the go-home show for TLC, and you think, well, Orton got the win. But in tag matches, you can never really tell who's actually going to win the pay-per-view, because it's a tag match. You got 4 guys in there. Sometimes the guy who gets the momentum wins, sometimes he loses. In singles matches, we can pretty much tell who's got the momentum and who's going to win. But for the most part, it's a tag match. God only knows who's going to win, Orton versus Barrett. We all know who's going to win, Ziggler versus Ryder, because they've made such a big deal about it. It's going to be the fan. Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're here. So this match happened, and the winners are Randy Orton, Zack Ryder. End of show. It was okay. It was a decent go-home show.
Yeah, it was.
Glad to hear that.
But
glad to hear that, because I did not watch it at all.
But you know what? These things happen. I mean, it's a decent show. So do we want to do pay-per-view picks, or are we good?
Let's run it down.
Let's do some pay-per-view picks, because we've done this for some shows.
Okay.
So let's start off from the bottom up. Dolph Ziggler versus Zack Ryder for the United States title.
It better be Zack Ryder. He might win by DQ, but again, it better be.
Yeah, if they don't put the belt on him now, then he's going to lose a bunch of momentum.
But I will be glad to see them in a much longer match, because Dolph's not working twice. Like I'm very happy to see Zack Ryder in a 10-minute match.
Here's actually the thing that's kind of worrying, is because I don't remember who posted it on the forums, but somebody posted the match listing to the Madison Square Garden house show they're doing in a couple of weeks, and lists Dolph Ziggler as United States champion.
Again,
fine print card subject to change.
Yeah,
but it's still a bit worrying.
It is. It really is. Next up is the Hammer Above the Ring match, because you can't call it a ladder match. Triple H.
No, the winner of this match is Vince Russo, because he's sitting at home jizzing himself over this.
And doesn't know
Oh my
why.
God! They actually used my idea. I am marking.
Okay, we got. Again, I don't really care who wins, as long as it's not fucking Kevin Nash.
Yeah, Triple
H.
So I'm sure we'll see a lot of very creepy Kevin Nash mad faces, but other than that,
yeah,
I can see the future, and if one of these guys doesn't fucking walk out with an injury, I will be shocked.
Sad.
Shocked and slightly
disappointed. Letting you do it.
I will be
Cody Rhodes
disappointed.
Next
Cody
match
Rhodes
we have
Cody Rhodes versus Booker T for the Intercontinental title.
Cody.
Yeah, although I would like to see Booker T win it just to shove it in the face of Michael Cole.
Yeah, well, if they did that, then they put the belt on Cody that SmackDown. It's gonna be like when they put the belt on Cena by having him beat Del Rio 2 weeks later. And then putting the belt on him at Hell in a Cell. That
would fucking suck.
It would kill Cody Rhodes' momentum.
Although Cody Rhodes has been pretty damn good at keeping his momentum going, even in the face of constant burials by Randy Orton.
I wouldn't say they're burials, but even in the face of not defending his title ever.
Yeah,
there's like the Miz's second reign of the U.S. Championship in 2010 until Brian
gives you a clear picture of how little of a shit WWE gives about SmackDown. Because when the Intercontinental title was on Raw, it was being defended at every pay-per-view, and it was being fucking lauded as this great fucking thing. And then on SmackDown, the United States title, that was getting zero attention. That wasn't getting put on pay-per-views.
That was being traded. That was being defended by Dolph Ziggler against Kofi Kingston constantly. It got boring.
And shit, yeah.
And then actually when they trade the titles, it's the complete opposite. The United States title is getting defended on every pay-per-view. It's getting fucking promoted. It's getting lauded as this great thing, even though it's not WWE's original belt. It was an NWA belt,
which became a WCW belt, which became a WWE belt.
It became a WWF belt, then it became a WWE belt back in the Invasion, and now the Intercontinental title, it's the most recognition it's gotten in the last couple of years. Really, is right before the draft when they had the Intercontinental title tournament on Raw, and every week William Regal was on the commentary talking, saying how great the Intercontinental title was and giving the belt actual prestige. So when CM Punk did win the belt, it meant something. And then all of that fucking prestige went away when Rey Mysterio beat JP up for it in 10 seconds at fucking WrestleMania. But that's beside the point.
Anyways, up next, Mark Henry versus Big Show in a chairs match.
Henry.
Yeah, Mark's probably going to win.
Yeah,
Mark Henry.
I'm going to go against the grain and say Big Show.
No! Why do you say that?
Because I want to be that guy.
Okay, fine.
But I just got a feeling. I mean, because Mark Henry has not been able to beat Big Show. Now, granted, the vice versa there is Big Show hasn't been able to beat Mark Henry, but Big Show's been able to get Mark Henry's goat, so to speak. Because if you ever get between Mark Henry and a live goat that he's determined to eat, you'll be joining his goat. Just look at
the direction you took that joke.
I mean, but again, I just got a feeling Big Show's got his number. And finally, we have CM Punk versus two guys nobody cares about.
No. Not completely don't care about, but it's hard to see them as champion when in the last little while they've just been getting beaten constantly.
Yeah, Alberto Del Rio, we all know is not gonna win. Miz may have a chance, but after this Monday, I'm gonna go with Punk.
Yeah. No, they fumbled the ball with Del Rio so badly.
They really have, and that is part of why he's got zero momentum going into this match.
Yeah, I really do feel that the whole fumbling of Del Rio's character started when Edge retired.
It really did. I mean,
he was supposed to win at WrestleMania, and then they made Edge win it. They had Edge win at WrestleMania without him. Firstly, without knowing that he was going to retire the next week, and then they have him and Christian destroy Del Rio's lowrider, not his lowrider, his pimped out car. Then they have him. Then he loses to Christian at Extreme Rules, which was a necessity because it was the feel-good moment for Edge. And then they put him on Raw, and he just sort of meandered on Raw, doing nothing, until he won Money in the Bank. Then he did more of nothing, and then he beat Cena. Then he lost the belt to Cena 2 weeks later, so that way they could give Cena his 10th reign. Then he wins the belt back at the very next pay-per-view. Then he beats Cena the next month, not clean, even though it was a last man standing match. It still wasn't clean. Then he loses to CM Punk, and the entire time he was feuding with CM Punk one-on-one, he was tapping out, and he was crying uncle every week.
Yeah.
It was completely not how to book your world champion.
Like I've said before, WWE stumbles a lot. They'll stumble into great things, but more often than not, they stumble into terrible things.
I mean, look at the Nexus. The Nexus angle, that started amazingly. Them coming out on Raw and literally destroying everything. And the next few weeks, they're running Bret Hart over with a vehicle, and they're beating the shit out of announcers and all that lovely stuff. Then they get in front of John Cena, and since John Cena's the last son of Krypton,
again, I think what happened with the Nexus angle was
Okay,
they come out, they destroy the Raw set, and then Kmart, Kenner, or whoever went, hey, that one guy's choking the other guy with his tie. That's not right. You need to do something about that. And at that point, you knew if they were going to fire the most over indie guy who was not named CM Punk, because somebody got offended. I mean, granted, it was a token firing, but if they were willing to do that, you pretty much figured that the whole Nexus angle was kind of doomed from the get.
And then they lost at SummerSlam, which totally fucking killed their momentum. And then all that stuff happened, and we've already mentioned it on past shows.
Wade Barrett versus Randy Orton.
Get back to the fucking predictions.
Oh, I don't care.
We were at the end of the predictions, but actually something from the forum bettings. Who do you think is going to be the first person to go through a table in the TLC match?
Miz.
I'm saying Miz. I'm going to say Miz.
Miz.
I'm going to go against the grain, and I'm going to say Punk.
A lot of people have said Punk.
No, a lot of people said Roberto Del Rio, but no, I'm saying Punk.
Because that's only because at last year's TLC Del Rio, he the obligatory go over, fall off the 20-foot
here's
ladder
the
through
thing,
a table.
guys. It could be CM Punk. It could be The Miz, but it could also be Del Rio. Think about that.
Oh, wait.
Or how? Wait, I have another thing for that. Ricardo.
Yeah.
That actually could.
Right.
I need to mention that to him. I need to mention it to that to put Ricardo on there.
It could be Ricardo. He could be the first guy to go through a table during the TLC match.
That's a possibility. It's just that way they can get him out of the way.
Yeah. Anyways, but did we forget Randy Orton versus Wade Barrett?
No, we mentioned.
There.
Oh, and actually, one last little big fucking thing about TLC. This is going to be the first pay-per-view since 2006, 2007 that they've voluntarily left John Cena off of.
I know. And
he's not even from all indications, he's not even going to be shown on the show.
Yeah.
Even
John
in
Cena
a clip.
will only be shown during segments where they show past TLC, but that's it. He'll be at home in Boston, ice packs on his shoulders, going,
But it's good for him because for all the shit that I've given him and all the shit everyone else has given him, he deserves.
He deserves a fucking vacation, man.
Exactly.
He deserves the John Morrison treatment of, we'll take you out on TV, come back in a couple months.
No, except that Morrison, that's iffy because his girlfriend's a fucking psycho. And
he's not dating Melina, god damn it.
He's too much of a pussy-whipped idiot to not know that his career is more important than the person he sticks his dick into.
And on that note, it's time for what gets more screen time than John Morrison.
Oh, okay. Michael Cole's Slammy gets more screen time than John Morrison.
Michael Cole's Slammy gets more screen time than John Morrison.
He already said that line.
No, we didn't. We didn't say
I
it
just
twice.
said it!
Rosa Mendez's amazingly tight, short leather pants get more screen time than John Morrison.
Michael Cole's Slammy gets more screen time.
But the fact that we did not mention the fact that we didn't mention that why Michael Cole had a third Slammy gets more screen time than John Morrison.
He got it in a supplemental online Slammy.
They didn't actually mention it. They gave him a Slammy for Loudmouth of the Year.
Is that really what they gave it for him?
I think so.
I don't know. I don't want to go over to check on WWE.com because that's where you'll only find it out. It's like it's like getting the Grammy or an Oscar before the telecast even starts. Yeah. Nobody fucking cares.
Well, there's like 80 fucking Grammy categories, and they only give it to fucking Justin Bieber and Kelly Clarkson.
But again, I'm telling you, if you don't get it on the actual telecast, you're not worth a damn. And on that note,
okay, hold on. I'm sorry, Ironbite. I hate to run in and stop you. Justin Bieber has never won a Grammy. Shut your mouth.
They're going to. You can tell. They're going to do it.
No, they won't. Shut your face.
People give a shit about the fucking Grammys.
Stay tuned for DarkMatch's impromptu Grammy prediction show.
Oh.
And on that bombshell,
find out what to say after the show in a new DarkMatch show called DarkMatch, When the Lights Go Out.
And on that bombshell, we must end. I'm No Leaf Clover.
And I'm Ironbite.
I'm Christopher Says.
I'm the fat one, Subrick. See ya. Go do something productive, please.
Good night and good luck.
Adios.
Play that theme music.
No, it's dun 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 Jingus, you have been typing for the last hour.